Christine Hazard, President and CEO of Berkshire United Way. Thank you for joining us today for our monthly show, Community Matters, where we get to highlight our work as well as the work of many of our community partners. We're all working collectively to improve outcomes in education and employment. We're looking to have sustained change, not quick fixes. And so to do that, we need a lot of partnership and we need a lot of focus. Today, we are highlighting one of our really important community partners, somebody who is near and dear to our heart, or a group that's near and dear to our heart. And they are getting ready to put on the 26th annual Berkshire Charity Auto Show. I always want to make sure that I get that right. Berkshire Charity Auto Show. 26 years of this event. They do a wonderful event, which then the proceeds come to Berkshire United Way. So that's part of why they're near and dear to our heart, but also because they're just a terrific group of folks to work with. We've really enjoyed our time spending with them. I do want to mention that we believe they really live united, the whole group of them. One, because by giving proceeds to us, they're giving, our give aspect. They're all volunteers. They volunteer the whole day of the event, but also several of them, the ones who are here with me today, kind of work on it all year long, so they're volunteering. And then in effect, they're advocating for the community by making sure we have the resources necessary to invest in education and employment, again, for all to improve quality of life in Berkshire County. So let me get to my guests, because that's why we're really here today, is to talk with these great gentlemen. We have Butch Fezzi, who is the chair of the event committee, and then we have Bill Pop, who is one of the committee members. You both, I think, have been involved from the beginning, yes? 26
years.
Short years. You looked a little different when it started,
Yeah,
I know, and you know. But you keep going. Yeah. So let's start with, who puts on this event, which is the Night Cruisers. I always want to get that right, Cruzers. And tell me about the origins of the Night Cruisers. How did they come to be?
You can do that.
Well, actually, the show came first. We worked together as a group, just friends. I knew Butch for many years, and it kind of developed from there. We talked about having a car club a number of years, and about 5 years after the show started, we formed the Night Cruisers Car Club. That's how. So actually, the show was before.
So actually, the car show itself started before the Night Cruisers.
Right,
I don't think I even knew that.
Yep.
So then, from that energy, tell me about. Do you guys remember the first year? I mean, sort of what got it going.
First year
Well,
of the
Butch
car show?
remembers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tell me, give me a little bit so that then we can talk about how it is today. What was it like then?
We kind of threw it together in a couple of weeks.
There you go.
Probably a month at the most, and it was in October at that time. And actually, we got rained out our first show.
Oh, wow.
So I had to postpone it and do it the following week. And we had 110 cars. I can remember that much, too.
Okay.
They were all around the gazebo.
So you're still up at Hillcrest campus?
Oh yeah,
We'll
it was
get to
always at
location in a
Hillcrest.
minute.
Always
Okay.
at Hillcrest. Yeah. So, and it was the easiest and the most fun that I had. These shows.
Oh no,
and
that
then it
means
got bigger and worse.
Yeah, every time it gets bigger, it's getting worse for
more
Butch.
headaches. More headaches.
Oh, you're too funny. So do you remember how many people came that first year?
I have
'Cause
no
know it's
idea
totally,
as far as
but it was probably a
spectators.
small crowd,
Yeah, I
right?
know there was 110 people. That's
Yeah,
all I can tell you.
That's great.
It was a beautiful day. It was nice because it was in the fall and the foliage was out. But,
Yeah.
the weather gets too iffy then, so we
Yeah.
had to change it to make sure.
Yeah, and now it's part of a wonderful holiday weekend that is filled with so many other activities.
Yeah, and we get a lot of tourists in the area. Sometimes I work in the parking lots out front, and it's amazing the number of out-of-town, out-of-state cars that are in the lot.
Yeah.
So we get quite a few tourists.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. And people who come back year after year after year, even though they're tourists.
Yeah.
This is like they schedule to be in the Berkshires on that weekend.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned, you guys are terrific and you give the proceeds of the event to the Berkshire United Way. What made you decide to do that? Why us and how's the relationship been? Say something nice
My
now.
relationship with who?
With the whole United Way.
It's great with my wife.
Love her too.
No, it's been fun. The reason I did anything with it was because I'd volunteered for years with the United Way, in different areas, done fundraising and committees and things like that. And it's a local group, and that's what I like about it the most. It's a community group. All the money stays here. Obviously, you have expenses, but I mean, expenses aside, all the money stays here, and it all goes back to the community. It's not something that we send to Springfield, and then you don't know where it goes from there. Yeah. It's local, and that's the one reason I've dealt with a lot of other agencies that have actually left the Pittsfield area and had offices on other places, and you have a local,
local
face.
presence.
What I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And and let's just say, and the local people are the ones that make the decisions as far as where the money's doled out.
Right,
also.
distributed from
yeah,
there.
Yeah.
Since you mentioned your wife, we should mention that your wonderful wife, Marty, has been involved in this
Oh,
the
yeah,
whole 26 years as well?
Yeah.
And she runs the food tent.
The food tent.
She keeps
she
a
keeps
tight
me-
ship.
Oh, she does, yeah.
She does
yeah,
a great job.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the folks who are involved in this. What's creating their spirit of community engagement and involvement, and why do they do it? It is a lot of work.
Well, we've got a good bunch of guys. The club members involved. They rally around every year.
Yep.
They look forward to doing the show. There's a lot of people. They're not necessarily all night cruisers, car club members.
Right.
There's other people who are involved in the car hobby as well. Piston Poppers is another local club. They send some people up. They volunteer as well. There's all kinds of people. We have a couple guys. They've already started mowing and getting the property cleaned up there, so that we're all set for the day of the show. They start the first week of June, a month ahead.
Right.
And they do a great job every year.
I love that you say they all really look forward to it, because it's a fun event. It's work, though. I mean, you guys work really hard, but it's nice to know people say, hey, this is something I'm doing for my community. I enjoy it. And because if you're going to volunteer, you want to have fun. You don't want to volunteer and be miserable about it.
Yeah.
Except Butch, who says it gets bigger and more aggravating.
Yeah. Just to be PC correct, it's not just guys, it's women also.
It is.
Okay.
Thank you. Point
There's
that out. A lot of women.
A lot of women.
But the folks
Yeah,
who come
yeah.
to the Berkshire Nightway and the planning, I always see the guys there. Except when
well,
Marty
yeah,
comes with the
yeah,
money.
yeah, yeah.
we like that
Yeah,
visit
yeah.
too. So let's get into the specifics of it. Date, time, location. Whoever's going to jump in. And
Yeah, when is it? It's July 3rd.
Yeah,
July
Sunday.
3rd, Sunday. It's always on a Sunday. It won't affect anything because there's no parade on a Sunday.
Right.
The admission is $4 for spectators. Kids under 12 are free. To register a car, it's $10, and that's also admission for the two adults, driver and one other person. If it happens that the weather is not cooperating, then the show would be the following week on the 10th.
Which is the 10th, yeah.
Yeah. We'll have food. We have a DJ, Paul Therian's been there every year. We have Paul plays a lot of 50s.
Yeah.
50s music, the old stuff, 40s, 50s.
Which is appropriate given the cars that are there, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. And he also does a lot of trivia questions, and we have prizes to give away for the trivia questions.
Yeah.
So we'll have a little bit of everything. It should be a nice day, I hope.
I'm hoping for
I hope
good
everybody
weather.
will enjoy it.
It's certainly great when it's nice weather.
And it's an inexpensive day for everybody. And again, all the money will stay locally, and serve a purpose of helping out people that are in need.
Absolutely. Anything new for this year we can expect? I mean, I know you've got a tried and true process that's worked for 26 years, so you don't want to mess with it, but sometimes there might be some new things going on.
I don't think we have anything specific this year. We haven't made any changes. Last year we did a few things with 25th, but other than that, it's the usual fare of trophies for the, we have like 33 classes of cars, 3 classes of motorcycles, and we do 20 special street rod awards. We just pick 20 cars in that particular category. Again, it's just a volunteer effort, and main thing is we get our people to turn out and do it for us every year.
Now, you mentioned $10 for registration. People don't pre-register, though, right? They come
No,
that day?
no.
Just talk a little bit about that, because that's a nice thing.
We tried to do that, but it became too much of a headache.
Yeah.
So to streamline things, we stopped doing that.
So they just come up, drive up,
They
and...
drive up, pay their $10. They'll fill out just quickly a little form, name, address, phone number. And we're trying to get email addresses now also.
Good.
So we can save on postage maybe in
Yep.
the future.
Yep.
And they get a number for their car, with a little card with their name on it and everything. And then people that come to the show and the people that have the cars actually vote on who will win trophies. Okay, it's not a judged show, in that judges go around and pick your car apart.
Right. Right.
So the participants will actually decide who the winners are. There's a first, second, and third place. And then the spectators also get a chance to vote for their favorite car. There's a couple of other special trophies, and I can't remember all the classes, but there's, what is there?
Come on, Bill, you'll know.
We do a lot of special awards, favorite hot rod, favorite Corvette, favorite sports car, best pre-war, best post-war. We do a special the men's choice, ladies in the club, and other people go around, they pick a ladies' choice award. Yeah. We do a special we do the Memorial Award we do every year for Judge Barry, who was very active with Hillcrest in his years, and he was very helpful to us, and we've never forgot him. He was a great guy, and Butch can attest to that. He helped us in the early stages of getting the show going when there was some opposition at times about the property and stuff, but he was always there for us.
That's great.
And we always remember.
And you've maintained this wonderful relationship with Hillcrest, obviously, because they let you keep coming back. How do you make that happen, Butch? Because first of all, it's a beautiful location.
I worked there for 30 years.
That helps a little bit, right?
It helped a little bit, yeah. No, Gene DeLea is really helpful.
There you go. I wanted to plug him for sure.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, Gene's been a big help through the years with this,
Yeah.
He enjoys it. He comes up all the time, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just, I love the spot.
Yeah.
I always, like I said, I worked there. I saw, the grounds and what had been done to it. It's too bad because there's a lot of people that really don't know. It's like a hidden secret in this area. People don't know the story behind the mansion and who used to own it, and it was really interesting. When I was a kid, I used to sneak up there because I didn't live too far from there. There used to be a big high cement fence all the way down to the lake. And we used to hop the fence and go down and swim off the boathouse.
Oh, wow.
And then the groundskeeper would come and throw us out. Years later, I went to work there, and the groundskeeper was still there.
Was he still trying to throw you out?
No,
Or did you say, hey, I belong
worked
here
there
now?
then. He couldn't, yeah.
Do you want to take a minute and just tell the history? I mean, what?
I don't remember much about it. It was built in 1906, 7, 8, somewhere around there. Rumors of Rockefellers. And I think it was Kimball Piano or somebody. I can't remember now. But anyways, it was someone from Chicago that owned it. And there used to be a lot of flower, what do you call them, greenhouses and things like that all around. And if you look, when it gets real warm, you'll see circles in the grass. There used to be a lot of pools. And someone just filled the pools in with dirt.
No kidding.
But the grass dies around where the cement is at some point.
Oh, my gosh.
When it gets too hot. And you can see where all the pools used to be, and the greenhouses and everything, and the gazebo. And they used to grow a lot of groceries and things, and they would ship them all back to Chicago on a train.
Wow.
That was back in the old days when money was king.
Yeah.
But it was a beautiful place.
Beautiful. And it still is, and it overlooks the lake, which is so lovely, and you can just sit on the grass there and look down at and there's boats on the lake, of course, because it's
very
4th of July
relaxing.
weekend.
It's a nice place.
It's a
nice
beautiful
area.
place. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
So back to the cars, because that's what probably most people care about. We're going to have Bill kind of go through some of them so we can see the types of cars and how many cars. I know you'll talk as you go through each sort of photo.
I guess we can bring that. We've got a slideshow. We're going to show you some of the various cars that were on display in previous years. So anytime you're ready.
There it
we go.
is.
Great.
I love modern technology.
This is an area that club members park their cars there. They're not really, people who don't want awards and stuff, they park their cars in this area. This is just when you first come into the grounds. These are some of the first cars you'll see. These are a couple more club members' cars that we park
Great
on
colors.
that hill.
Love those colors.
Well, red is pretty popular with that particular street rod category. We do have motorcycles. We've got 3 classes for motorcycles, so anybody's out there with motorcycles, we'd be glad to have you come and display your bike for the day, and we award 3 trophies to each, so you got a good shot at getting a nice trophy.
Now, I just got to point out the ambulance in the background is not part of the show. It's more there in case we have any medical issues.
Right.
Again, more motorcycles.
Cool.
This is a classic Indian, which was a very famous motorcycle that was produced in Springfield, Massachusetts for a lot of years, up to the 50s, and then they finally went bankrupt.